Oh man, could there be a hotter rivalry in 2006 to close out Capital Punishment, the biggest live event to date, promoted by Hermie Sadler under the TNA banner, than LAX against Styles and Daniels?
I'm sitting in the back, ready to come out here, and I hear you on the microphone running your mouth about how everybody in the world sucks. Well, I think the real thing is everybody in this building thinks that you suck. And I can stand out here all night and tell you every reason why you suck. But instead, what we're going to do right here in Richmond, Virginia, we're going to do to you what we did in No Surrender. We're going to kick your punk ass, bitch.
Oh my goodness, what a way to start the match off. Christopher Daniels just pie-faced Conan, and now LAX with a triple team. Oh, Daniel Styles trying to help his partner out, but he's going to get nowhere.
We just told you it was heated. There is no hotter rivalry in TNA right now than LAX against the champs. We have seen him in Ultimate X just 6 days ago. Oh, big running clothesline and a body attack from Hernandez.
Homicide sent Styles back to the floor as they concentrate on Daniels, which is great tag team. That's the way a great tag team should operate. They are the former World Tag Team Champions, losing those belts back to Styles and Daniels. But now, I mean, it's almost like a game fight in there, the way they're just pounding on Daniels, keeping Styles out away from his partner. No respect for the rules. They've been in there the whole time.
Well, LAX has no respect for anything. Oh, good grief! Drop kick, 1 foot for each member of LAX.
Now Styles and Daniels going to take back over, sending Homicide to the mat twice with the clotheslines. As Daniels putting the boots, there's a big backdrop.
Homicide going to retreat to the floor. Boy, Hernandez, it takes 2 of them to get the big man off his feet. Hernandez was not letting Daniels get the better of him, but both men sent Hernandez to the floor. And now the champs are controlling the ring.
And Conan trying to regroup his team. We got pieces of the guitar left over from Jeff Jarrett launched into the ring from Homicide. I believe there went our microphone again, and Daniel's kicking anything in the ring. But Conan, you talk about a legend in professional wrestling, at one time, possibly the most popular wrestler in Mexico. Now he's in TNA and he's got an attitude, to say the least, as he formed the Latin American Exchange, talking about the racism that exists in TNA and how the management of TNA and the other wrestlers hold down the Latin people, such as Conan, Hernandez, and Homicide. Brad, I hate to admit it, but he's got a point. I may not agree with his tactics, but he's got a point.
You're of the belief that Homicide and Hernandez would have never gotten opportunities at the tag team titles if they had been complacent and waited for their turn. You're of the belief that they had to take them by force.
That is exactly what I believe, and Conan orchestrated their ability to get those tag team title shots, took their destiny in their own hands, attacking Styles and Daniels whenever they could. We just saw just the other day, they strung up Styles and beat him like a piñata. And they just, no respect for anything because they claim they've been shown no respect.
Side headlock from Daniels on Homicide. Holds on to it as Homicide tries to throw him off. Where I tell you, TNA, far and away, there is no comparison, has got the most stacked tag team roster anywhere in wrestling that most people have seen in years. And I have been so impressed by both of these tag teams every time I see them. This is the first chance we've had to have LAX on these live events. Styles and Daniels every single time pull out the most amazing moves. The biggest reaction of the night so many times has been Styles and Daniels. the most popular tag team in TNA.
They are a dream team. Both of them said if they had to pick a partner to tag with, it was going to be with each other. They were bitter rivals at one time in the X division. Now, one of perhaps the best tag team. Well, they've got the belts to prove it, but I mean, physically, the ability, probably the greatest tag team in TNA of all time. And I know America's Most Wanted don't want to hear that, but that's what I think as well.
Daniels really wrenching that side headlock in on Homicide. Reverse atomic. Oh, leg lariat, sometimes called a calf kick from Daniels, takes Homicide down. And a tag into Styles.
Daniels and Styles wrestling a very smart match after that gang attack to start the match off. They're breaking things back down into their style, which is technical, and a nice spice of impact. There's that big leaping forearm from AJ Styles.
AJ legal with Homicide. We talk about how amazing these two athletes are, but LAX have been so impressive in the last several months since the formation of this team. Oh, the European got nothing. Oh, but that did. Up to the line.
Mendez has got so much more size than AJ Styles, able to stop the moves, but he couldn't stop that drop kick right between the eyes.
Hernandez has got to regroup as he has been taken all the way to the floor. He is being shown up by these X Division superstars. And superstars might even be the right word, these X Division legends. And Styles and Daniels, good double team. The sternum of Homicide goes into both knees of the fallen angel.
Wise move by Homicide to get out of the ring, but here comes Hernandez right into this beehive of action with Daniels and Styles.
Coming off that Ultimate X victory and no surrender, Styles and Daniels.
Hold on, Conan
have been in control. But just as you said, Conan trying to change the tide.
Oh, and he set him up for Homicide coming around the other side of the ring to take him down. Now this is the kind of manipulation that Conan is fantastic at. How to get back in control of the match using mind games.
I'll tell you, we talked about experience earlier with Jeff Jarrett. Oh, he tosses Daniels across the ring. We talked about experience with Jeff Jarrett. Conan doesn't exactly have 20 years of experience. He's got plenty of years under his belt, but he doesn't have 20, 30 years. But what he has is he has so much experience competing at a top level of competition. When you're competing at the top of the card every night for years and years, it's like you're gaining years just from being at that level of competition.
Oh, Conan's been in main events of pay-per-view since the early 90s. You want to break it down when worlds collide. He fought Perro Aguayo in a cage.
Well, these LAX boys are proud of themselves. They really feel like they have risen up and broken the glass ceiling that they feel that TNA has imposed on them.
Now, you see what they're doing to AJ Styles? They're turning that match back into their game plan, which is a game fight. It's a brawling style. They certainly can wrestle, but they choose not to. They much prefer to beat you down, jump you from behind, and triple team you at each and every opportunity.
We got a situation on the floor as Daniels is at the feet of Homicide and Conan. Referee Brian Hebner recovered from that wrestling bout earlier and has taken over refereeing officiating duties in this main event and keeping Styles away, doing his job, but Daniels got struck, 8, 9, 10 times from LAX.
Conan was hitting him and chopping him as Homicide would hold him. Hernandez working the ring, keeping AJ and the referee unaware of what was going on. And hold on, Brad. Daniels up on the shoulder. Wow! Executioner style. And here comes the big elbow from Homicide.
Boy, I tell you, his look will fool a lot of people. Homicide is as good from bell to bell as anybody on the TNA roster. he is a thug, but he is so well educated in professional wrestling styles, in the lucha style, in the American style, in the Southern brawling style. Homicide can go any way you want to go. It's almost like he's been on both sides. He's been to the streets and he's so well educated in professional wrestling.
Daniels desperately needs to get away from LAX and make that tag to Styles, but so far, LAX is doing a good job of preventing that. Daniels fighting really big punches, kicks. Hold on, look, and he's hooking it up with angel wings. No, Hernandez with a big forearm.
You cannot grasp just how massive Hernandez is until you're at one of these live events and see him in person. He is huge.
Catapult right into the waiting arms of Hernandez. Oh, right over the top with a suplex.
Only two. Hernandez has got credentials too. That's the thing. All three of these men, Conan, Homicide, and Hernandez, have got credentials. Hernandez was wrestled all over the world. At one point in Japan, Japanese press and Japanese wrestling promotions were comparing Hernandez to Kurt Angle.
You're exactly right, Brad. And a ton of success in Mexico, where he was referred to as Mr. Texas. A lot of big wins in Monterrey, where TNA will be going in November, by the way.
Oh, he just ran over the fallen angel. That's the thing, these guys, they come across as street thugs, and they have street credentials, believe me. But all three of them have got wrestling credentials to match. That's what makes them so dangerous. Homicide can wrestle you, or he can kick your teeth in.
Oh,
a shot to Styles.
Conan just blasted the thigh of AJ Styles. You talk about, just imagine the damage that could have occurred there. Could keep Styles from doing anything later in the match. He could get a Charlie horse, that muscle cramp up on you, take away all those flying moves that AJ's so famous for.
I think you hit the nail on the head. I think he was trying to Charlie horse that leg. Homicide now going to the top rope where he is well versed. Frog splash, but got nothing.
Daniel's able to move, and now is the time. He's got to make that tag. He's taken so much punishment so far in this big tag team match. He needs to get to the corner to tag the Styles, who's begging to come in.
This crowd really getting behind Daniels and Styles. Daniels has got to make his way to the corner.
Homicide's going to make the tag first to bring in Hernandez.
He makes it, rolling the tag. Both freshmen are in, duck of the line. He gets Homicide. Blocks the jar. Hernandez and AJ firing away at both members of LAX.
Styles off the top with a springboard forearm. Just sent Hernandez down.
Precision like a bullet on that forearm.
Hernandez trying to change it up, but Styles able to leap over.
Oh, God!
Right into that flipping reverse DDT.
Homicide there to break it up.
Styles dropping those big bombs. Those forearms connecting on Homicide. But Homicide able to reverse it up. Styles win again, but no.
Koji cutter from Homicide, cover. This could be it. Boy, what an amazing event we've had. Samoa Joe is still in possession of Jeff Jarrett's world title belt. And now this main event is rocking the house. German got nothing. German got nothing. Overhead belly to belly. And now Homicide is calling for the lariat.
Daniels rolling into the ring, though. Hernandez down at the apron.
Oh, Daniels blocks the lariat. Woo! 2.5.
Oh, I think it's closer than that, Brad. Daniels hooking him up again with another big Uranagi.
Looks to be going for the BME. The best moonsault ever.
No,
he got nothing. He got nothing. Hernandez has got him hooked. The Cracker Jack.
Oh my gosh, he just threw him across the ring by his throat.
Hernandez is standing tall. Is he going to fly? No. Drop toe hold. He took the legs out from under him. And AJ kick to the back.
We've got 3 men on the floor, and Styles is going to make it 4 with it over the top. No hands. Plancha just took down the whole crew.
And everyone is down. As the TNA chants ring out on this electric event.
Conan watching over his members of LAX as Styles makes it back to the ring. Homicide trying to make it in too. Styles going to help him in with a suplex. No, wait a minute, he held on to the... Conan grabbed the foot of AJ Styles, and we almost had a robbery right here in Richmond.
Oh my God, we almost had a big time well, I don't know if you call it an upset, but a big time news-making event.
Here comes Conan. Oh, he just shoved the ref. Oh, he's whipped. Hit him right in the face.
Pele!
Styles was able to move, and he hit his own partner in the face. We've got mayhem here in the middle of the ring.
Hernandez gets dropped, and now it's that tandem, high-flying offense that we've seen from the champs before. Best moonsault ever! And the frog splash, could it be it?
Styles got him hooked, and he gets the 3.
And the champs retain. It has been an amazing night in Richmond for Capital Punishment. We thank you once again for your DVD purchase. We hope that you will continue to support TNA's live events. We've seen Earl Hebner shave bald. Jeff Jarrett is still the world champ, but he does not have possession of the belt. Magnum TA has returned to his old stomping grounds of Virginia, and Styles and Daniels are still the tag team champions of the world.